Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. We got some great news. We got some great mother-loving news, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy about this. I don't know about you guys, but I am happy as hell about this. Yes. Okay. We got some great news. All right. Thank you so much for watching this show. You could be watching anywhere else. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every single last one of y'all. Another day above the dirt is always a blessing. So I hope you found today in good spirits. If not, shake out of it, man. Shake out of it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Shake out of it. Another day above the dirt is what? Yes, a blessing. And we got some reasons to be happy today. Yes, we got another reason to be happy today. Drugstore or dollar store Slim Shady has been caught. Yeah, we got reasons to be happy today. Do we not? Do we not? Do we not? So, we got to get into this conversation. So do me a favor. Hit that like button down below, okay? Crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms, okay? If you are watching on those other platforms, like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, Kick. I'm on all of them, okay? I'm even putting up posts, okay, before we even went live now, okay? On TikTok and all these other places. So make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribed. Show some love. Your boy's been working hard out here in these streets for years. For years, man. For years. So just do me that favor, okay? Hit that subscribe button here on my main channel. If you're watching on the YouTubes, that'll be greatly appreciated. Go over to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips, and my third channel, Pascal Raw. Subscribe to all these platforms. Make sure you hit that notification bell on all these platforms so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it's random. Okay, it is. It is. Okay, please and thank you. Hit that join button down below, become a member. Check out my Patreon, and of course, check out pascalmerch.com. All right, pascalmerch.com. Okay, guys, we got to get into this conversation. All right. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and we got some updates revolving around this situation. And I can't stop being happy about this information. Why, you may ask? Because as I talked to you guys before about this, Austin Drummond, Dollar Store Slim Shady, broke-ass Tom Green, ugly stepbrother of Edward Norton, okay? He has finally been caught. Yes, indeed. We got reasons to celebrate on this Tuesday. It's Tuesday, yeah. On this Tuesday, there are reasons to be happy all day long. Joy. Because justice is finally being served. And this guy, you know, he's lucky. He got to be out there for what, 7 days? 7-ish days, 6-ish days of he got to taste freedom. Okay? He got to know what it feels like to be free for now, or for those 6-7 days. Now, this mother lover has been caught. Oh, I didn't pull up the photo. This is great. We gotta pull up his photo with his ugly ass. Okay, just his face does. Oh my God, his face does double. Yeah, so he tried to shave. He did shave, but that didn't work out because the ugly does not. You can't hide ugly. Okay, I'm sorry. This man's so ugly that even his facial hair said, I'm sorry. I did my best. I did my best. I did my best. Sorry. You can see ugly. This kind of ugly you can see from like space. You're like, oh, he right there. Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. But he is armed and dangerous. But there he is. Ooh, that be ugly. Damn. Yeah. So he shaved. He tried to do something, but you can't fake this funk. You just can't. Okay? Yeah. So he's been caught now. Just so you know, he caught. Sorry. Yeah. This is his, he woke up like this. Okay? This is his everyday face. That's not his morning look, because some of y'all look a little rough in the morning. He looks rough all day. All day. Like I said, his facial hair said, I'm sorry. I did my best. And it wasn't good enough because he's still ugly. So there you go. He has been arrested. He has been detained. We got an update from TBI. So let's take a look at this, okay? Yeah, he a Timu gangster. He a Timu Slim Shady. Okay? Okay, subliminal, floorboard of my Ford. You know what I mean? Mom spaghetti. You know what I mean? No? No? Okay. Let's get into this, okay? TBI, thank God. Oh my God, and he's so dumb. We're gonna talk about that in a second. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. So moving on, okay? So Tennessee's most wanted fugitive, Austin Drummond, okay? Dumbass, numero uno, is now in law enforcement custody after having been caught in Jackson. So now here's the thing. He lives in Jackson. He from Jackson. He did not get very far. That's why he's so dumb. Now, thank God he's dumb. Thank you, Jesus, he's dumb. And actually, I'm impressed because he was hiding out. He was holding out for 6 days. Or hiding out, I'm sorry. He was hiding out for 6 days. So he has some type of skill-ish, but any dumb person can still have skill. Okay? This is not an intelligent individual. He dumb. We know that now. We also know, like I said, he's dumb because he still was in his own hometown. He never left his hometown. He really thought that he could get away with doing what he did to those 4 people, those 4 innocent lives. Let me put his ugly face up here real quick. Okay, like I said, look at him, man. Okay? Like an ugly ass Nicolas Cage when Nicolas Cage was kind of like when he put on some weight. Okay? Like he just ugly. Ugly. But this guy is so dumb. Thank God he's dumb, but he's so dumb. He thought that, I'll just hide out in the bushes and I'll just wait it out. Now I'll just sit here and wait it out in the bushes with my AK. No big deal. I'll just be out here in the bushes. It's someday they'll just get tired of looking for me and then I can just walk out and then I can see my baby be born. He's dumb, y'all. Monsters like this deserve to be roasted. I'm sorry. He is connected to the unaliving of 4 individuals. Okay? You have the Williams family and the father of the 7-month-old that was discarded in the front lawn of some random person's home who also lost his life as well. The youngest out of the 4 was a 15-year-old boy. And I'm still wanting to know why. Because this was all had to do with street beef? Is this street politics? There's been a lot of speculation floating all over the place. A lot of theories and speculation flying all over the place. about why these individuals lost their life. There is no confirmation, okay, on why he did what he did. But damn, I'm sorry, every day. You know what I mean? He just jumps out and ooh, you know what I mean? Makes you want to clutch your pearls and then punch him in the face really fast. You know what I mean? This is the, like when you think of a flight or fight situation, you instantly, with this face, you instantly want to go fight because you just want to hit him in the face hard. He just got a punchable face. Does he not? Am I the only one who feels that? Because, we've seen those viral videos where like somebody's hiding in a trash can. Why would they be hiding in the trash can? I don't know. But they pop out of nowhere with like a goofy, scary clown mask or something like that. And the person reacts. Either they fall back and they run away, or they punch the person in the face really hard and then run away. Yeah, this is the guy that you would literally stay and just still screaming though, out of fear. But his face says, punch me. Punch me as hard as you can, please. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm done. But here's a photo of him again, okay? So again, moments after being taken into custody with his natural look. Okay, this is his natural hue. Like I said, he woke up like this. This is what he wakes up like every day. So they say thank you to local, state, and federal partners who worked diligently to bring Drummond into custody. Yeah, damn right. Good job. Good job to them. Real talk. You got this ugly ass off the streets. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Good job, law enforcement, law enforcing. Okay. Doing your damn job. Okay. Doing the right thing. We appreciate it. Okay. Let's go over to some live footage. They're talking about this. This is really real. See, like I said, it's just, I want to continue roasting, but I'm trying to be respectful. I don't need to be respectful to him, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying, we got to get straight into the facts and into the information. Oh, actually, before we go into this, I take that back. Whoops. Let me get over here really quick. Okay. So, of course, they've been saying, and I talked about this in a short because I've been putting up some shorts on YouTube and on other platforms as well. So make sure, that they're simple, quick, under a minute and a half. If I can make them under a minute and a half. Sometimes like a video like the one I did yesterday might hit 2 minutes, but I'm trying to keep them, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep you guys in the know, in the information, and keep that bad boy moving. You feel me? But here's the thing. All right. This happened yesterday. I put this up on a short because I didn't really have time to go on a live. But I did want to give you guys that information. So this is what happened last night. There was indeed a sighting of him. They have footage, or they had footage of him. Okay. So this mass monster, it was on the run at the time because he been caught. Okay. Ugly ass Slim Shady. Okay. Dollar store Slim Shady has been caught. Okay. For those of y'all who are just getting in here, and hit that like button down below. This should be 100% likes on this show. Why? Because we got the monster. The monster has been locked up. He gonna be gone for a very, very long time. And he bet not come out with some BS saying that he is innocent. He has nothing to do with this. You go on the run for 6-7 days. Yeah, you did something. Okay, you had your hand in making these 4 people lose their lives. So they're saying Austin Drummond, 29, wanted for executing 4 family members in Lake County, Tennessee, was caught on doorbell cams in Jackson, armed with a pew-pew in camo, carrying a brown backpack, trying to enter homes. It began after an infant was found abandoned in Tigrit. Victims are a teen, 2 young adults, and a grandparent. A very young grandparent, by the way. Drummond's now on the Tennessee most wanted list for unaliving, kidnapping, and weapons charges. And yeah, he has a piece in his hand. Okay. There's not a question. There's no question. Some people, I'm sure some people are like, is that a machete? No, that's a weapon. That is some heavy artillery in his right hand. Or in this video, it's in his left hand. But you can see it. He's armed and he's extremely dangerous. Well, not anymore, because, right? He got caught. Okay, but let's take a look at this. Here's some of the footage. It looks like the AK or the AR that he has in his hand. It looks like he's got like a drum, like 100-round drum attached to it. Hold on, we're going back to that. You see right here? In fact, I think, yeah, I took a screenshot of this. Let's take a look at this photo. It's not great, but right here, it looks like there's a 100-round type of drum that's attached to the actual rifle itself. Okay, this is seriously, he had a very powerful weapon in his hands, in his possession. Also, here's the other thing. Let's not forget the fact that he is wearing camo, dark clothing. He is straight up decked out and ready to be out here hiding in the woods. So to me, this shows proof positive of premeditation. Hear me out. I think he knew, and this is, of course, this is just my speculation. All right. This is just my theories. But I truly think that he knew that he was going to do something really bad, like taking the life of at least one of the four in this family, right? But it ended up tragically being more than just one person. He knew that he was going to take that life and that he was going to run. He knew that he was going to be hiding out in the woods somewhere. But like I said, he is so dumb that he believes that he could go hide out in the woods for a little while, and eventually the heat won't be on him as much anymore. And then he could just walk out, saunter out of the woods, right? And live his life with his baby mama and his kid. Okay? That's literally all it is. He literally thought that he could get away with this. When in actuality, he should have packed up his stuff and kicked rocks, left the state, but he didn't do that. Now, did he? Thank God he didn't. But he's dumb because he decided to go out into the area in which he lives, which is Jackson, Tennessee, and hide out in the freaking shrubbery. Now, here's the other thing, too. This may not be premeditated at all. That how these people lost their lives was not planned at all. And then it was very impromptu. He was just like, I got to go run. I got to disappear. I got to go hide out in the woods. And I got this camo stuff, so I'm just going to use it. And maybe that's what he did. But nonetheless, all that happened here, it shows to me that this is premeditation for sure. Because you never know, he might be the hunting type, but you know for a fact he had these things in his possession before he took off. Okay? That's without question here. Okay? So again, premeditation, or was this like, a random act of violence that just turned, a random act of violence that got him out here, running out here in these wilderness streets? That's the question I have, right? But nonetheless, we got some video we got to look into. I'm going to play this one more time for you guys to see this too. One more time. All right. And to me, this looks like a situation where this guy ran out of food, maybe ran out of water, okay? Or he's tired of sleeping on the ground, getting bit up by insects and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm going to try to break in somewhere so I can at least lay my head down somewhere, right? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But nonetheless, the man has been caught, okay? Dollar Store Slim Shady has indeed been caught. And we got some updates, and I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of press conference here soon. Hopefully, it's very, very soon, because I mean, they just announced this about a little bit over an hour ago, that he had been captured. So again, maybe there's going to be a press conference here talking about this. But let's take a look at this situation. All right, let's go back a little bit. Here we go.
Lot of unanswered questions still at this time as we kind of start this new chapter, this new legal chapter of this unfortunate, horrible tragedy that has left 4 people dead there in Tiptonville. That's, again, the important thing, is those victims. And it's sad to think about something like this just
skipping ahead.
Are being charged as accessories to this crime are just 4 of the 5 people now in custody. That 5th one is Drummond, and he is facing several charges as well. Let's run through them right now and take a look at his photo, his most recent photo that's been released by the TBI. Drummond is facing several charges, including 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, 4 counts of being a felon in possession of a firearm, and 1 count of being in possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony.
That photo right there kind of sums up that scene. And there was a lot of people thinking that perhaps Drummond had left West Tennessee. That was what law enforcement had said earlier in the week, that they had reason to believe that he had fled the state. Don't know if they got new information that changed that, or that's one of the things they were just saying to make Drummond kind of lower his guard. That's something that investigators will do. But Drummond obviously had not left the state, or at least he was back there early in this week. He was walking around there in Jackson under cover of night, going from building to building. He was captured on surveillance video just a little over a day ago, seen outside a couple of churches there in Jackson. I know we have some of that surveillance footage. Yeah, we're seeing it now. Him walking around, don't know where he's coming from, don't know where he's going to, but he was looking to get in that church there again earlier this week. He walked around with camouflage on, a large weapon on his side, very much looking like someone ready for either a confrontation, ready for a long stay out in the woods, someone who, was armed and dangerous. That's why they were, individuals were told to stay away if they saw or encountered Drummond at all, and simply contact the authorities. That's one of the other questions that we've been talking about. What exactly led them to finding Drummond here after 6 days?
Right. We don't know at this point if a tip led to his arrest. We don't know if police were called to a scene because someone said they saw someone suspicious lurking around. We're not sure exactly what led up to the capture, other than we know it happened a little more than an hour ago. The surveillance video that you're looking at right now is from Cornerstone Community Church, and this surveillance video was taken on August 3rd around 11 p.m. That was last Sunday. At around 11 p.m. This church is located near the 700 block of Pipkin Road in Jackson.
Yeah, again, just scary to think about, especially a lot of those families. Our Desmond Nugent interviewed one just a few moments ago here who had been living in that area, had seen that whole situation burst out here this morning. They've got a little more safety, a little more clarity. We're happy for them. And we're going to go back to Desmond now. I understand he's live there in Jackson again. Desmond, what have you found out?
Kevin and Yvonne just got done speaking to a couple just a few minutes ago who actually knew or have actually seen Austin Drummond as a child, but then also there was a neighbor who they said that Austin Drummond had a weapon and had, I guess, an attempted carjacking, and that's kind of how the sighting kind of got started. That's probably how authorities were able to find him in this particular area, which we are in the Saddlebrook Drive and Country Lane area. And so they were just telling me that they feel more at peace now. They feel not as unsettled as they were the last couple of days. And they talked about how it's just been very trying to not be able to go anywhere, not to be able to feel safe or getting out of their home. They also told me that, just in this wooded area, not too far as where Austin Drummond was actually captured by authorities. And so now that this neighborhood feels a little bit more at peace, he says, Mr. Tom Lovell tells me that he'll be able to sleep better at night. And this is actually Mr. Tom Lovell, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the people that actually knew or kind of saw Austin Drummond as he was a child.
Hold on. So he got, there was a sighting of him, and if I got that correct, it all had to do with a carjacking. So he tried to take somebody's car. Interesting, right? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this was obviously not a very smart person, okay? This is a dumb criminal, a dumb violent criminal, which is the worst of its kind, okay? And even while he was out, he literally tried, it was like some GTA stuff, yeah, some Grand Theft Auto type stuff, the game, right? He tried to run around, and he thought that maybe he could just take a car. But he wasn't even successful at that. Just like his rap career, not so successful. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that he's a rapper. I don't know anything about him having a rap career. Brian Koberger tried to be a rapper. That's hilarious. Okay. But about this guy, he thought, oh, I don't want to be seen, but I'm going to steal a car with people in it. You realize how dumb that is, right? I'm out on the lam. I don't want nobody to see me, but I'm going to steal this guy's car. You realize how dumb that is? Think about that for a second. Okay? Let's just ponder on that for a second. Can we just take a moment to just think about this for a second? This mother lover says, I need to go out on the lam. I need to kick rocks out here in these wilderness streets. I don't want to be seen. I need to be a ghost. But I'm going to go and try to take someone's car whilst they are in it. You don't think somebody's going to, one, instantly report that if he was successful taking their car? He's going to be like, yes, it's a Tesla, such and such. You know what I mean? He was in this area of this town, blah, blah, blah. He would get caught so fast. He's so dumb that, one, he has the audacity to try to carjack a car with somebody in the car. And then, two, he's so dumb that he wasn't even successful carjacking the car. Ain't that crazy? He didn't wait for like some random night to just go out in the middle of the night while everybody's asleep, cozy in their beds, and go and break into a car and take that car and drive off and maybe get a couple hours of driving out. You know what I mean? Get a few miles out of the way. Get out of Jackson, Tennessee. No, he runs up. Give me your car. And they're like, F you, bro. And they speed off. And he stands there just out there with his D in his hand. Just peeing in the wind by himself in the cold. Ain't that crazy? That's dumb. And they're like, oh my God, that was Dollar Store Slim Shady. Calling cops. Come on, yo. Yeah, give me your car, bro. I'm sorry. He's dumb. Oh my God. Yeah, and he's no incel. He's having a baby. He's having a baby of his own. He's having a baby of his own. Somebody said yes to that man.
But again, this family, this community, this city in Jackson, Tennessee, can now, as he was telling me just a few minutes ago, can sleep a lot easier knowing that he is now in custody and that he is finally captured after kind of being on the road or just throughout the streets, without being captured by police. So again, we will have more information about the situation as it constantly unfolds. So we'll have more information to you at midday. Live in Jackson, Tennessee, I'm Desmond Nugent, ABC 24 News.
Desmond, thank you so much. We appreciate your work out there on the streets, talking to people, because people have been so fearful of what's been happening around them in their surrounding communities and neighborhoods. So it's good to hear from that couple that you spoke with that they feel better at least.
Yeah, Desmond, I want to ask a question if we can. I don't know if we have the capabilities. I mean, have you seen any kind of scene there, law enforcement personnel, any kind of active investigation that's going on, the classical yellow tape, all that stuff?
Kevin, no, actually, as being a photographer, Sheila Whaley, we haven't been able to see anything. We haven't been able to even spot one singular police vehicle whatsoever. We have been trying to drive around the neighborhood, but we want to make sure to get this information on our streaming app, ABC 24 Plus, as quickly as possible. So no, yet, Kevin, we have not been able to see or spot any police at this particular time.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you for that, Desmond. Just wanted to, see if we can figure out exactly what's been going on out there. That's interesting to see that they've already seemed to have cleared it away. It tells you maybe that this was something that was planned for a while and executed quickly to get in and out.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it, which was good for the safety of everyone involved, especially the neighbors that were nearby when this was happening. Because we know that they were nervous. They were all told to lock their doors and their garages and their sheds for several days, just not knowing where Drummond was.
Scary to think about, especially during this first week of school being back. You've got kids walking around, small children, maybe would just encounter him just by virtue of, just random chance. And this is someone that, allegedly has killed 4 people. You would presume wouldn't be afraid to do what it takes to stay free. But that is a scary thing to think about. Fortunately, Drummond now in custody, and we will begin the legal proceedings of this case. Hopefully get to some answers as to what occurred and that incident just a little over a week ago, or about a week ago or so. We're turning now to our Leah Williams live in studio with a breakdown of how we got here. Leah.
Kevin, Yvonne, we actually have a map just showing where everything happened. So we're going to kind of go through these maps. We want to recap a timeline of everything that went on. So it all began in Dyer County a week ago, last Tuesday, July 29th. A sheriff's deputies received a call shortly after 3 p.m. and they were told that someone saw a baby being dropped off in someone's front yard. Now, the baby was in their car seat and they are okay right now. That was on Old Highway 20. Now, immediately after finding the infant, which this was here in Dyer County, just for the map so you could kind of get an idea of where it is. This is Memphis down here, Dyer up here. So the baby's family, they were looking for them and they realized that 4 of the relatives of that baby haven't been seen since the night before. That would have been last Monday night. And that's all according to the District Attorney General, Danny Goodman. Later Tuesday evening in Lake County, officials with the TBI said 4 bodies were found. So here's where the infant was in Dyer County, and here's where the bodies were found in Lake County. And we do know that Austin Drummond was in jail in Lake County, and the bodies were actually found on a street near that jail. So we don't know if there's a connection there, but we do know they were found on Carrington Road in Tiptonville. The victims identified as 21-year-old James Wilson, 20-year-old Adriana Williams, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, and 15-year-old Braden Williams. Right after discovering the victims, both the Lake and Dyer County Sheriff's offices requested assistance from not only the TBI, but also the FBI on working on this case. So very complex case here. On Wednesday, last week, July 30th, Drummond was seen in Jackson, Tennessee. So investigators say that that's where he was, and he was believed to be driving a damaged 2016 Audi. That Audi was found days later. So on Thursday, the TBI confirmed the connection between the baby's abandonment and the victims as they searched for Austin Drummond. That's really when that search got started. James Wilson and Adriana Williams were confirmed to be the baby's parents. Rose was Adriana and Braden Williams' mother, according to Goodman. He says all 4 of the victims lived in Dyer County, so we don't really know their connection to Lake County or why they were found there. We're still working to get those answers. But on Friday, several local and federal authorities held a press conference in Jackson, just trying to say that Drummond was still on the loose and looking for him and giving us information on the evidence that they had so far. Later that afternoon, that's when the white Audi was found. It was unoccupied on Mick-O Road in Jackson, Tennessee, right next to a neighborhood. We don't know the connection to why the car was dropped there. So a lot of questions in this case. But Saturday, the TBI confirmed that a 1988 white Ford pickup truck was found with a red stripe near Burnt Mill Road in Dyersburg. He was believed to be driving that vehicle as well. Last night, new surveillance video from Cornerstone Community Church right here showed 28-year-old Austin Drummond walking on Pipkin Road. Now, he was seen wearing camouflage and had a gun in his hand. So very dangerous, very scary situation, a huge black rifle. And he kind of was just walking around that church area. So officers.
Yeah, he was definitely armed and most definitely dangerous. There's some information about and this is what's so crazy about this, because they've been saying, I've only heard about 3 people getting arrested, 2 men and 1 woman. But then yesterday, they said there was a 3rd man that actually got arrested as well. So there's 4 people that are connected to this whole situation. I mean, aside from Austin, okay? 4 people, and then also 5 people altogether, that's including Austin, are involved in the unaliving of these 4 people. What the heck is going on here, right? And this is all gang related. What the hell's going on here? Because again, you got a whole bunch of other people involved in this situation. So now you got 4 people locked up, and now you got a 5th one, Austin, who's finally been arrested, finally caught. This is weird. Now, yeah, what is this cooking with Big Daddy? Can someone explain that to me really quick? Because I'd like to know about that too. Because I've been hearing about cooking with Big Daddy, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is, okay, or what that pertains to. So, let me know, okay? Put that in the chat. Let me know. All right. But 4 people, and I saw that there's like some footage here. If you see down on the bottom here, that I want to hear about, because clearly this woman's talking. Clearly, she was saying some things. She putting cases on everybody. She's like, if I'm going down, everybody else is going down. So let's see what's going on here. But 4 people outside of Austin Drummond were arrested in connection to this quadruple tragedy. This is insane, right? So let's see what's going on.
Giovante Thomas, you have Brandon Powell, and Darea Sanders. Now, Powell is not pictured in this. He's the one that doesn't have a picture. Thomas is in the Madison County Jail on an unrelated charge. He's expected to be transferred to Lake County to then face charges related to this case. He and Powell will be in court on Thursday. That's the plan as of right now. Sanders is also being charged with accessory after the fact. Now, if convicted, Sanders could serve up to 6 years in prison. These are the 4 people at this point in time that authorities are accusing of helping Austin Drummond continue to evade police and evade arrest. Brown's bond, by the way, has been set at $250,000. He is still in custody at this point in time. With accessory after the fact in this case. Now, Sanders, you see her there. This was her court appearance. If convicted, she could serve up to that 6 years in prison. This, again, was her court appearance just yesterday. She was picked up as well as a possible accomplice as well. Now, let's continue to go forward on the 4 counts of first-degree murder. Let's take a.
You know for a fact he talking or she's talking. You know for a fact she's talking. Okay? She talking for sure.
A closer look at the charges here that we're talking about. 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping. Right there, you see 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, 4 counts of a felon in possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. Those are the counts right now that Austin Drummond is facing. He could be facing more, obviously, after his capture, but as of right now, those are the counts on the warrant for Austin Drummond at this point in time. There will obviously be more continuing to unfold as the legal process finally starts to begin. But as of right now, this is the information that we have as far as the charges that are being pushed towards Austin Drummond at this time. Now, we've been able to kind of go back and forth through this process of what we've been through since this case first began, since this horrific case first began, where we're talking about the 4 people that were discovered in Lake County. You also had an abandoned baby, which was kind of the start of the whole situation. A baby was found abandoned in Dyer County, which led officials to finding the 4 bodies in Lake County, which then eventually led them to naming Austin Drummond as a suspect. After they named him as a suspect, he then became on Tennessee's most wanted list, and that's when the manhunt began. At that point in time, people were not sure where he was going to be. There was discussion about maybe he had changed his appearance, so looking out for maybe a different version of him at that point. But at the end of the day, they were able to find him in Jackson, which is only about an hour from Memphis at this point in time. We do have a live reporter in Jackson. Desmond Nugent has been there all morning long. We're going to try to get back in touch with Desmond to get the very latest from that situation. Again, just resetting what we know now. People in Jackson, people in Tennessee, probably breathing a sigh of relief as one of Tennessee's most wanted is now in custody. Austin Drummond has been caught and captured in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, again, he's charged with those 4 counts of murder. Again, ABC 24's Desmond Nugent is in Jackson right now. Desmond, you've been there all morning. You were there yesterday as well. Tell us a little bit about what you're learning right now.
Ruben, what we're learning right now is that there are a lot of TBI agents. There are a lot of Jackson police agents, as you can see. There's a lot of cars out here near the intersection of Pleasant Plains and Country Lane Road. We're out here in Jackson, Tennessee. This is where the sighting of where Austin Drummond, this is where neighbors were telling us about 30, 45 minutes ago that Austin Drummond was sighted here attempting to actually carjack somebody. Of course, we don't have that from an official setting from authorities, but again, people that live here who have been just scared for their life, you know, having to have that take shelter alert. I had a couple who told me, Tom Lovell and Jane Lovell, who said that they knew Drummond and that he was in this area and that they actually saw him, or they grew up with him. And so it's just been a very unsettling, as they told me, situation. Just about 10 minutes ago, we had TBI agents and we had Jackson police authorities who were walking just up this gate, as you guys, Sheila is going to be showing you guys here in a second. About 10 to 12 agents had walked up this hill. We don't know exactly what this area is as far as like if it's the country club itself or if it's we just don't know exactly why they went into this particular facility. But
hold on, I'm going to pause this really quick because there is something I want to share. Because apparently there's an eyewitness. There's a man who spotted Austin just before he was taken into custody. So I want to pull this up really quick because that's a live feed. We're gonna, look. We'll keep coming back to that. I promise. Okay. But I do want to see this too because I've never seen this. So this is some interesting info. This came out like 51 minutes ago or so.
All right. So what's your name?
My name is Ricardo Contreras.
Ricardo Contreras. And tell us a little bit about what just happened.
Well, what happened was we are working over here, and we saw the guy walking in the middle of the wood.
Thank you.
And we thought, like, nobody wants to walk in the middle of the wood in the middle of this stuff. So we was kind of like very sure it was the guy. So I called the police immediately when the guy was walking right there, and kind of like give them the location and everything. And they be hearing about actually I was on the phone when they got here. So
they got here fast, baby.
and I'm really glad they got it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The hero. Great job, big guy.
Yeah, baby. That's dope. That's dope. Now don't get deported. Okay. You did the Lord's work. Okay. You saved somebody. You saved some people. All right. I'm kidding. I'm sure he has his papers. Okay. But I'm just saying we live in a weird world now. All right. But he did the good thing. He did the good. He did the right thing. All right. Just don't get yourself get yourself in trouble now. Okay. You did a good thing though. Maybe you know what I mean? But I'm sure he's legal. It's just a joke, guys. It's just a joke. Moving on. Okay. Papers don't save them no more. Yeah, apparently it doesn't. Apparently not in the world that we live in now. Okay, so be careful out here. Okay, to all my brown people, my brown and black people. Okay, be careful out here. Do you have your passports? Do you have your shots? I'm sorry. I'm going to play that one more time, though, for those of y'all in the nosebleed seats. Let's go.
All right, so what's your name?
My name is Ricardo Contreras.
Ricardo Contreras. And tell us a little bit about what just happened.
Well, what happened was we are working over here, and we saw the guy walking in the middle of the wood.
Thank you.
And we thought, like, you know, nobody wants to walk in the middle of the wood, in the middle of this stuff. So we was kind of like very sure it was the guy. So I called the police immediately when the guy was walking right there, and kind of like give them the location and everything. And they'd be hearing about, actually I was on the phone when they got here. So, and I'm really glad they got it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The hero. Great job, big dog.
I just called them, I just called them. They are the heroes.
Yeah, no, you're the hero too, baby. You used your peepers. You saw something. You said something. And I think that's dope. Okay. I think that's dope. I think that's really, really incredible. Okay. So that just came out. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Okay. Seriously, all jokes aside, I'm just very happy that someone saw the guy and took the mother lover out. Okay. It's very refreshing when things like that do go down. I love it when a plan comes together, as I've said a million times before. Okay. We got more, but I'm gonna pull up this live feed again. Because I'm trying to get as much info as I can right now. Okay. Just trying to get as much breaking news info, trying to find out when when they're going to have a press conference, because I'm assuming they're going to have a press conference here fairly soon. So when that does happen, we will be looking at it, and hopefully that's going to be happening while we're still live right here. Okay. So let's rock and roll.
I do know that in this wooded area, that's where Drummond was discovered. We don't know what time he was discovered. We don't know. We just know that he was captured. And so, again, residents here have just been unsettled the last couple of days. And they said that everything started off here at this waterfall where Drummond was, in fact, trying to hijack or rob somebody at gunpoint. It's been just a tumultuous situation for a lot of people, as we all know. Drummond is facing 4 counts of first-degree murder and a kidnapping charge for the abandoned baby. Again, TBI agents are still here. Jackson police are still here. It's still a very active scene. That's what we do know, Ruben. I'm going to toss it back to you.
Pausing that again because we got some more stuff. We got to take a look at this. Apparently, the dad, Drummond's own dad, put out a statement that, of course, we need to take a look at as well. He put out a statement while Austin was on the loose, okay, out on the lam. And he's writing this on behalf of the Drummond family. This is just really sad because you just keep wondering, how does this kid become such a bad apple, right? How does this person become such a bad person? And to the point where they get to this level of violence, this level of crimes. You know what I mean? Like, we all make mistakes. It is what it is. But it gets to this kind of level. It's just insane to me. You know what I mean? Like, people make mistakes all the time. Okay. But I'm talking about violent crimes. All right. Not paying your speeding tickets or your parking tickets and stuff like that. That's another conversation. Okay. But again, that you just wonder what happens? How does this happen? Right? What's the origin story of someone who does something like this? Right? So it says, this is from the father. So there are no words for the level of sadness we feel for the 4 young lives that were taken. The thought that our son could be responsible for such a tragedy is devastating. We urge Austin to turn himself in and end the panic and misery so many are feeling. The Drummond family. This is from the father, from his own biological father saying that. So again, it does make you wonder what the hell is going on, right? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But let's continue. And here's the thing, too. It's wild that he got. Somebody just said this, and I just saw it in the corner of my eye. So, Debbie Gibby, I agree. I'm just shocked at the fact that this is somebody who actually was locked up for violent crimes. He had a history of violent crimes. Okay, never unaliving anybody, But while he was locked up in prison, he was getting charged for attempted M. He still, given the fact that he was still incarcerated while he did this act, he still was able to get out on bond. And while he was out on bond, he did this to these 4 people. So, and then he goes on a run. So again, it just kind of blows my mind that he was even granted bond in the first place. Even after the fact, he was a repeat offender. By the way, a repeat violent offender. Sure, he didn't take anybody's life at that time, but he was still locked up for violent crimes. Then he did a violent crime while he was in lockup for years. He gets taken out on bond, which I don't know how he got that. You got, let me just say this. I'm going to keep it a bean, okay? You got Diddy right now locked up. And his stuff, real talk, his stuff isn't even violent crimes. And he's still locked up right now. You got a guy who was doing attempted M while being behind bars. And he still got out on bond. Make that make sense. And no, I'm not pulling a race card. I'm just pointing out how jacked up and messed up this system is. And I think that Diddy should be locked up. I'm not saying he should be free like this guy. I think that these people, when they get locked up, whether the judge or whatever the courts believe that person it could potentially be a threat to the community or not, regardless, they should be locked up. Diddy's exactly where he needs to be. But this guy got out so that he could take the lives of 4 people? That just doesn't make any earthly sense to me. Okay? Make that make sense. This kid, even more than Diddy, I'm just saying, even though Diddy should still be locked up, and he got denied, by the way, guys. His bail got denied again by the judge. Thank you, baby Jesus. But this guy should have stayed locked up. Just like Diddy. He is a threat. He was a threat to the community. Okay? He should have been kicked out of his city. Persona non grata. That's what it should have happened. Dude should have been locked up, but he got out. And I said this on the other show when we talked about this yesterday. It's the most asinine thing for this guy to be let go when, while he was serving time for the crimes, the violent crimes he did that got him locked up in the first place, he still, while he's doing his reconciliation, right, his rehabbing, etc., so that he can get back out into society, he does another crime while being locked up, which shows to me that he hasn't learned not one doggone thing ever, because he's dumb, right? Dollar Store Slim Shady is dumb. And yet they still have mercy. They still left this guy out. And then guess what he does? He takes a life, or he's involved in taking the life of 4 people, a whole family, orphaning that 7-month-old baby girl. If the system ain't corrupt, then I don't know what is. Okay?
Ears on the ground there. You said you spoke to some people who live in the area. Kind of tell me a little bit more about how they feel now that he has been caught.
Ruben, as I said not too long ago, Jane Lovell and Tom Lovell said that, they've had to almost exercise their own Second Amendment right. He said, Tom told me that he's just been very unsettled. He said this has just been a situation that they never expected to ever be in. He says that, unfortunately, they've had to stay in their homes. They've had to seek shelter. They can't even get out of their homes to even go to the grocery store. He just said that this has just been a very unsettling situation and that he's glad it's over. He tells me that he can finally sleep better at night because the last 3 or 4 days, this whole entire neighborhood over here at Country Club Lane and Pleasant Plains here in Jackson, Tennessee, has just been filled with police, has been filled with just people who now can feel comfortable with walking. He said, we can walk again. We haven't been able to walk in 3 or 4 days. And so finally, people in this neighborhood feel more at peace. They feel more safe to be able to get out of their homes, to be able to run those errands, to be able to do the day-to-day things that they would generally do. So that's exactly how this situation has unfolded and the impact that it's had on this particular neighborhood. That's exactly what Tom Lovell had told me, Ruben.
Well, Desmond, I appreciate that sentiment as well. And I mean, as somebody who's been covering this story for the last several days, a little bit about that shot of that family walking, you know, and just having a relaxed walk after all of this has gone on. To me, I think that kind of sets the tone for what today has now become, as opposed to what the last couple of days have been. And you were in Jackson yesterday. There's got to be a different feel in the area for you as well.
Definitely a different feel. I was also in Lake County where those suspects, Brandon Powell, Daria Sanders, Tanaka Brown, and Giovante Thomas were, going to be charged. 3 out of 4 of them were going to be charged with accessory.
See, he said Tanaka. He said Tanaka, like Banaka. Just so you know, it's not. I don't think it's Tanaka. It's Tanaka. Just so you know, okay? Like he from Wakanda. Tanaka. Okay? Just so you know. It's not Tanaka, but it's okay. I get it. You're reading the name for the first time. It's Tanaka.
After the fact, we don't know in what capacity. Hopefully, T-Val will be able to explain that differently. Here's a shot here, as you were saying earlier, of someone being able to walk again, being able to be at peace, feel more safe. That's exactly what these residents haven't been able to have last couple of days. Could you imagine, Ruben, living in a neighborhood where
there we go.
I'm
skipping ahead because apparently they flagged that walker, that runner down. Okay, and Tanaka fits, bro. Tanaka fits. Yeah, I guess it does. Right? He about to be called Tanaka. Okay, he about to be called Tanaka in the prison. Okay. Lil. Okay, I'm just saying. Don't drop the soap. Here we go, Looby Loo. Here we go, Looby Light. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, though.
Coming up right now on your ABC 24 News at midday, I'm Ruben Diaz. The man accused of murdering 4 in Tennessee. Desmond, you're actually at the location where a lot of this took place, correct?
Ruben, that's correct. We have residents here near the area of Pleasant Plains and Country. That this particular waterfall right here is.
It keeps on cutting out. Don't do
this
that.
Morning, essentially, he was attempting to carjack someone with an actual gun. The other things that he wanted to, the residents here in the area of Jackson, Tennessee, told us is that they are feeling more at ease now because they've been living kind of a tumultuous life the last couple of days. And actually, we have a resident here by the name of Shannon Tabor. Tell me just about what life has been like here for you. You're able to finally run probably for the first time in days, right?
Yes, sir. I've been a little frustrated because I've been a prisoner in my own home. I've had the sheriff's department parked in my driveway. I've had unmarked police cars up and down my street, and it's been scary. My kids have been scared, and we've been a little nervous, so we've stayed in our home. We've kept the doors locked. We've kept the alarm on, and at night we turn on all the lights and just pray he doesn't come to my house. It's nerve-wracking. It's very nerve-wracking.
And finally, like, you're able to finally get out probably for the first time in a couple of days. What's that sense? Does it feel like a sense of relief right now?
I mean, I feel free. I feel like I was literally imprisoned in my own home. As soon as I saw the captured, posts on social media, I told my husband, I am getting out of the house. I'm going for a walk. So it's the first thing I did when I realized he was captured. And it's a relief.
Not even just that, and Ms. Tabor, you also see that there's other people probably feel the same as well. Talk to me just about what that feels like to see your other neighbors and not just yourself be able to finally come out with some sense of peace and comfort and safety.
Well, I just noticed that a couple was on a walk with it appeared to be their grandchildren, and to be so comfortable now and at such ease that you can bring your grandchildren out on a walk. I commend our local law enforcement for hanging in there and getting this guy. Thank God he is off the streets.
And I ain't just that, Miss Tabor. This is you told me this a few seconds ago that this is a private residence, and that this is kind of that in the area that you kind of live in, where a lot of this police activity even started.
I literally live, my backyard is in his backyard. So my next door neighbor on the other side of me is the one that captured him on video yesterday morning at 4:30 a.m. at the exact time that my husband was leaving to go to work. I mean, my husband could have brushed by him within a couple of minutes. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
And I can only imagine, again, Miss Tabor, just knowing that you lived that close, you were in that same vicinity of where Mr. Drummond was actually walking in that surveillance video. How thankful are you that nothing happened to not only just you, but also your family as well?
I think it's a testament to the local law enforcement that he has been caught and there was no further bloodshed. It's amazing. I mean, the local law enforcement community rallied around this little slice of my city, and they captured him, and everybody's safe, and it's a testament.
Obviously, there's still a lot of information we don't have yet, but what else are you going to do today? Because I'm pretty sure you probably have a lot to catch up on.
Well, I've got a lot of chores to do outside. You know, I have a great big yard, and I'm trying to get the grass watered since we're not getting any rain. And I just haven't felt safe even being out in my yard, pulling weeds and watering grass. It's a relief, a huge relief.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Tabor, for your time. And I'm glad that you and your family are safe. And we will continue this coverage throughout the day and probably throughout other days to follow ahead. Again, thank you so much for your time. And again, still not a whole lot of information from TBI or.
You know, I am kind of curious. Somebody just said this. Why is the pregnant girlfriend that was his corrections officer, why is she not in jail as well? I'm kind of curious about that too. You know, and again, like I said, this is just what the rumor mill has been saying. We don't know entirely if this is 110% true or not. We do know that the girlfriend, his pregnant girlfriend, is someone who is related to one of the, to the victims that lost their lives. So again, yeah, we don't know if the correction officer, the rumor is absolutely true. I have yet to hear anything to confirm that yet. But that is something that's been flying out the gates as of late, right? So that obviously still remains to be seen. But nonetheless, if it is true, why hasn't she been arrested yet? Because at the end of the day, she did some illegal things too here, okay? Having relations with somebody who was locked up. If the corrections officer thing is true, she should not have been fraternizing with the actual prisoners in that type of, unholy type of way. So that is something that's really bad. But now, I mean, that's still the wonder, where is she? Where did she end up? Because now what's even more sad about this, not only is it tragic that she just lost her sister, her niece and nephew. Not only did she have that and lose that, but she also lost the father of her soon-to-be born baby. And then also on top of that is she's pregnant to the likes of a monster like him, which it makes it even worse. And all you can do is hope and pray that you raise this child well, and this child does not become anything like their father. That's the sad part of it all. Because I don't know. I do believe in I do believe in there's such thing as being a bad seed. I do believe in that. I do. And maybe, and I hope that he didn't pass on. It's in the genes, right? I hope he didn't pass on anything bad to this kid. Because the kid doesn't deserve any judgment. It's not the kid's fault for about to be, for being created in the first place. But at the same time, you just hope that the kid grows up the right way, right? Because this man is bad. He's bad news. Okay. Lauren, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so, so very much. So again, y'all, like I said, what we heard about how they met, we were just getting that as like the rumor mill being said in the on Facebook, because Facebook be wilding, y'all. They've been saying all kinds of stuff. I'm hoping that it's correct. I hate when rumors come out and then the rumors don't be true, right? Man, I hope it wouldn't be true, honestly, because it would be crappy to find out that she was doing bad things and she was doing illegal things behind bars with this guy, right? That's really messed up, right? Yeah, before I go, American Eagle ain't calling him. No, that he has the bad genes, apparently. But again, but this is some wild stuff, guys. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see if there's if there's any update about a press conference of any kind. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any type of update, like if there's going to be a press conference of any kind, because there's obviously more information that I'd really like to know about too. Please, guys, do me a favor. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Okay. Crush that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Subscribe. Let's get those likes up. That would really, really mean the world to me. Okay. Can we get it past like 700 likes? We're not very far from 700 likes. Can we just get to 700 likes? That would be dope. Okay. Please and thank you. All right. And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Okay. Dana just said she quit her job at the prison when he got released, I believe, or they released her for some reason. And it might be because they knew that she was bumping uglies with a criminal behind bars, with a prisoner. Okay. So many rumors going. Don't know what's heard. I guess don't know what's heard. They were broke. Sure, it's babies. Sure, it says baby. I don't know what that last part, but yes, there's a lot of rumors that have been running like crazy. Okay. And so we're, like I said, very, very interesting stuff that's going on. Okay. But I'm going to play a little bit more of this. I think there's another interview here a little bit earlier on, or, a little bit closer to the live feed. So let's take a look at this.
Left a car.
There's been cops all around the house, and I actually passed cops this morning.
Rebecca Nolan lives right behind these woods, near where Austin Drummond was said to have left a damaged 2016 white Audi. Drummond is facing several charges in the murders of 4 people: 21-year-old James Wilson, 20-year-old Adriana Williams, 15-year-old Braden Williams, and 38-year-old Courtney Rose, all related and whose bodies were found in the woods near Carrington Road in Tiptonville. This after a baby discovered to be the child of 2 of the victims was found abandoned in a Dyer County yard. Investigators holding a press conference today.
We have our whole team dedicated in prioritizing this incident, and it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he's found.
Drummond was last seen in Jackson on Wednesday.
My dad sent me a screenshot saying that we need to lock our doors and keep our garage down because it's right behind our house, and our back gates over here were open, this entire week.
It'll soak in tonight, I'm sure, but right now it's just it's shock and awe. I mean, I just cannot believe that it's this close to home.
Craziness.
Not imagine the feeling of those neighbors and the people that live in that neighborhood, not only prior.
Pause that real quick. Let's see. We got a statement posted by the Jackson Police Department. Let's take a look at this. It says press release from Chief Corley from the Jackson Police Department. So it says dated today. Okay. I'm pleased to announce the successful capture of Austin Drummond, wanted for the unaliving of 4 individuals in Lake County, Tennessee. This marks an important step in restoring safety to our community. Thank you to our partners at all levels, including TBI, FBI, the U.S. Marshal, THP, Madison County Sheriff's Department, and Tennessee Department of Homeland Security for their dedication in this case. I also extend my gratitude to the citizens for their support and to the brave men and women of the Jackson Police Department for their commitment to safety, to public safety. Together, we will continue to work toward a secure community. And then, of course, a sign from the chief of the Jackson Police Department. But they say nothing of a press conference so far. You'd think that they would be like, hey, look at us, you know, we look what good we did. We did good. We caught the big fish, right? And I have yet to see anything about a press conference. I'm just checking to see if there's any other information out here, which is crazy. Because you'd think there'd be so much more. Let's take a look at this article here. Okay. So it says here, of course, he's been captured. All right. So they announced during the city council meeting on Tuesday, today, that he had been captured. Shortly after the mayor announced the capture at the city council meeting, Dyer County Sheriff's Department posted confirmation of the arrest as well on Facebook. And, you know, see him with his muggly ass. All right. Understandably, you never know. A part of me kind of thinks that maybe, and there's a statement here that I'm going to read here, but you never know. Maybe he got tired. Maybe he just got tired and said, F it, I can't do this anymore. I can't live out here living off the fat of the land anymore, right? I can't be out here kicking rocks anymore. So then you see he got desperate. He ran up to a car, tried to carjack that car, and just as expected, because he's an unsuccessful son of a gun, he was unsuccessful with that because he's dumb, okay? And then they caught him, right? There was a sighting. Then there was another sighting because he, you know, after he tried to carjack a car out of desperation because he was getting hungry and I'm sure he was getting tired. They called the cops then. Then the other guy, I'm sure, the contractor, okay, that we just saw, who was the one who made the phone call as well. He made a phone call being like, isn't that guy? That looks a lot like the dude. So they called up 911 and they caught him. I'm not sitting here. I'm not giving him no love. Okay. I'm not giving this piece of trash any kind of love, but I still think that maybe he got tired, that he just started getting sloppy because he was tired. And maybe he was like, F it. There's no way I'm going to get out of here. So then he started moving in broad daylight, which is dumb. That's like the number one thing you don't do. You lay low, you hide out, obviously. Then you wait for nighttime, and then you make your moves. Didn't we learn anything from Cavalcante? From Cavalcante's search? You wait till the sun goes down, and then you make moves, right? But this dude is dumb. Remember, he dumb. Surprised? I think not. So again, let's take a look at this. Sheriff Box of the Dyer County Sheriff's Office is pleased to confirm that the man responsible for the unaliving of the citizens, the family of 4, has been captured by the U.S. Marshals. Sheriff Box expressed his gratitude to all agencies involved. This would not have been achieved without the tireless work and dedication of our local, state, and federal partners. Their commitment to justice and public safety around the clock since Tuesday at 3 p.m. has been invaluable throughout this investigation. Also, our citizens have been extremely helpful and cooperative. Thank you so much for always being a willing partner with our deputies and investigators. The Dyer County Sheriff's Office recognizes the immense pain and suffering experienced by the families of the victims during this incredibly difficult time. Our focus now shifts to honoring the lives lost and providing support to their grieving families. We urge the community and the media to respect their privacy as they navigate through this tragic loss. The investigation is ongoing, and the TBI is the lead investigative agency. The Dyer County Sheriff's Office will continue to work diligently to ensure justice is served for these victims and their loved ones while fostering a safe environment for our community. So the Jackson Police Department Chief Corley, which we just read, announced this as well. So early Tuesday morning, residents in the area of White Oak, Bridle Path, Saddlebrook, and Pipkin were asked to shelter in place and for others to avoid while officials continued their search and efforts to locate this dollar store Slim Shady. Shortly after the request, the shelter in place was released. Mayor Conger announced the arrest at the council meeting. So he's been hiding out since July 29th. Since July 29th, which is absolutely insane. All right. So he was believed to be driving. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about his history, his criminal history. Also, Friday, WBBJ was able to learn more about his violent criminal history. So, according to court records available online, Drummond previously had an upcoming court hearing in Lake County scheduled for August 25th. So this month, charges listed include Schedule 1 substances, like it rhymes, take the A out of math and put E in there, Violation date, July 21st of 2023. Then another one, manufacturing, delivering, selling, and possession of that actual substance. Contraband in penal facility. These are all July 21st of 2023. Intoxicant, like having contraband, intoxicant substances, same thing, in a penal facility. Possession of a weapon, which also, which was also on July 21st of 2023. And then first degree M, attempted, in August of 2023. In his earlier years, records also show that Drummond robbed a convenience store, which we already know about. He got arrested because he stole $44 from a convenience store. During his incarceration, he racked up 25 disciplinary actions ranging from possession of substances to deadly weapons and more. Like I said, while he was still locked up, he did all this crazy stuff, and yet he still was let go? What's up with that? Make it make sense. So, they obtained audio from Drummond's 2020 early parole hearing where he was actually denied. So the DA strongly opposed his actual release. Here it is. They said, Dear Miss Davis, I have been notified of the above defendant's parole hearing set on July 23rd, 2023 at the West Tennessee State Penitentiary. This office strongly opposes his early release on parole. Austin Drummond is a dangerous felony offender and confirmed member of Vice Lords. On July 31st, 2013, he entered a Circle K convenience store and pointed a revolver pistol at the victim in this case as he demanded money from her. He was convicted by a jury of aggravated robbery. After his jury trial, Drummond made a phone call to his father where he threatened the jurors and the victim in this case. Not good. He made statements saying, "They are going to regret it, and I'll be out one day." Drummond's behavior while in prison should also be taken into consideration. He has 25 disciplinary actions against him that include refusing orders, substance possession, defiance, and being in possession of a deadly weapon. This type of behavior clearly demonstrates that Drummond has no desire for rehabilitation and is not capable of living among society. Due to the seriousness of these crimes that he committed, his violent behavior towards the victims in these cases, and to protect society from his criminal behavior, we feel that he should remain in prison and serve his sentence in full. This was written by, like I said, the DA, saying this man is a menace to society. He is a threat to the general public. Please keep him locked up. He is so dumb, by the way. How dumb is he, Pascal? He is so dumb that while he is locked up, he calls his own pappy and says the likes of those jurors and the victim in this trial is going to regret it. And I'm going to be out one day and their life is going to be terrible. Are you kidding me? Then on top of that, 25 different disciplinary actions whilst he is incarcerated, which the DA said beautifully. It demonstrates that he has no sign of changing his ways. There's no sign for any type of rehabilitation on a person like this. This is an old dog, and you cannot teach it new tricks. He is set in his ways. Okay? The settings on the back of this man's body is set. It is set, and it is what it is. He is a bad seed. He is a bad apple. He's a bad kid. That's it. Hence the reason why he looks so damn old. Okay? Karma is a B word. All right? Karma most definitely is a mother lover, and it's all up in his face. Crazy. And yet they still let this mother lover out, which is even more insane. Look at this. He was still then released in 2024. Not very long ago, guys. According to the Tennessee Department of Corrections records. He was gone. He was out for not even a year, y'all. Wow, that's crazy. Not even a full year. He had been let go. No, I know, Gato, that he did his time, but while he was locked up, he still did some really bad things, and he should have been locked up for those things. He should have been denied bail. Yeah, it's messed up. It's absolutely messed up. Absolutely, Brooklyn. Man, this is messed up. Absolutely. So again, he gets out, yet he should have had I don't know, gotten an extension on his time served or whatever because he was putting his paws on people, and that there was an attempted M situation while he was locked up. You see what I'm saying? Now, I still want to know who this Cooking with Big Daddy is, because that's weird. I still want to know what that is. Like, I guess he's a content creator. He was cooking food. Here's how you make Cooking with Big Daddy's fried chicken. First of all, you got to get that brine. You got to let that chicken marinate in that brine. You know what I'm saying? Let it be in there for like 24 hours, you feel me? You put in the refrigerator, you feel me? And then after like 24 hours, you put it out. You make sure you season that shit. You feel me? I'm diabolical. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Nobody? Okay, I just taught you how to I just gave you the lesson on how to make some dope ass fried chicken. All right, you got to make sure you got that brine, baby. Okay? I'm done. We have fun here. We have fun here, guys. We have fun here. All right? But let's I'm diabolical. Okay, let's see if there's anything more going on here. I'm still wondering if they're going to do it. Maybe they're not doing a presser. That seems so weird that they're not doing a presser. You know what I'm saying? If I did a cooking show, you guys would not be able to handle yourselves. You understand that? If I did a cooking show, y'all wouldn't be able to handle yourselves because your boy could cook. Oh, your boy throws down. All right. But at the same time, the food would be delicious. It would just be a ridiculous show. Okay. So they say at 2:30 today is the presser. Damn, that's a long ass time, baby. Diggity damn. So we're just going to sit here for like an hour until are you lying, demon? Are you being a demon fox? Are you being a liar? Because the devil's a liar. Do you understand? Is it really at 1:30? I mean, wait. It's Jackson, Tennessee, right? So that's an hour ahead. Let me make sure, because that's crazy. Nope. Damn. Nope. It's the same time as me. So that's 2 hours from now, baby. Damn. That's almost 2 hours away. 2 hours from now. Yeah. We got things to do, unfortunately. I might have to just come back for that actual press conference then. Okay. Because that's a while. That's 2 hours from now. There's a lot more to cover today. There's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on today. Okay. That has nothing to do with Austin Drummond. Okay. So I might have to just end the show. I'm not ending it right now, but I'm just saying I might have to end the show here eventually here soon, and then just come back for the press conference, right? And just watch the presser with you guys. You see what I'm saying? But let me see here. Let me see here. I just want to see if there's anything else going on. In fact, that also reminds me, because there was a video I wanted to share and show with y'all and watch with y'all, because now we got Austin Drummond caught up. Okay, he's caught. I'm going to look and see if there's any more updates. Of course, we're not we're not getting away from it, but we are going to take a small little detour here because there is something else that is going on, because there's like 2 other people that are still out on the lam, which is weird to me, right? We still have the individual that took the lives of his kids, okay? And then there's obviously the guy who took the lives of 4 people at a bar in Montana, right? They still, of course, talk about Austin Drummond here, okay? Okay. No, I would not do another channel. You know what I mean? I'm already struggling. I'm already struggling enough with the third channel as we speak. So no. No, it would just be here. It would just be here if I was to do a cooking thing, just be like a random segment on the show or something fun. But that's if I do that. Okay. I'm not doing that unless I know for sure that's something that you guys want. But again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, please. And thank you. And of course, go check out Pascal Raw. That's my latest podcast. Please go and check it out. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. Yeah, like I said, I just wish I had more time because there's so much I want to do on these platforms. Do a poll on what? Asking if you guys want me to do a cooking segment on the show. Is that what you want me to do a poll on? Just say yes or no if you're asking about a poll for the cooking. I'll put up the poll. Let's take a listen to this. I'm going to put up the poll.
Law and Justice contributor, former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer, helping us track all of these manhunts. Jennifer, appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
There's a lot to break down. Let's start with the latest manhunt in Anaconda, Montana. We have 45-year-old Michael Paul Brown. He is an Army veteran. He's accused of open firing in a bar and killing 4 people. They're describing him. Police say he is extremely dangerous. They say he escaped only in his underwear, but he is armed and on the run. Obviously, he is trained in combat. What are some of the things you are noticing that could help in the search for this suspect?
Well, I consider him, of the 3 we discussed, probably the most volatile and the most dangerous. Why? Because he went into that bar in an area where he knows, an area where those people know him, and committed this act. This shows me the desperateness and the anger, and actually the fact that the switch sort of flipped with him. We don't know what the proximal event was that led to this, but he is extremely dangerous.
Okay, and let's move to Northwest Tennessee then. 28-year-old Austin Drummond, the man who allegedly killed 4 family members of his girlfriend. He has been on the run since his truck, a 1988 Ford pickup, found in a wood.
Now, we already know this dude been caught up, but let me just tell you real quick. This guy, just so you know, this weird looking dude who pulled the trigger on 4 individuals, taking the lives of 4 individuals in Montana, is still at large. They do not know where this person is. Okay? They don't. So that's one piece that is very interesting. Then, of course, there's the other part. Hold on. Where did it go? Of course, I'm going to skip ahead Austin because that's a done deal. But then you got another guy here in Colorado Springs, which is very interesting as well. And then the guy who took the life of his 3 kids, 3 daughters, he's still nowhere to be found, which is also insane. Okay. Crazy, right?
At least it seems he's contained.
Okay, and then finally in Colorado, a man in the country illegally accused of ramming his car into ICE agents. He is a known violent criminal. What are your concerns here?
Well, certainly his propensity for violence is well recorded, but I think he's going to be the most difficult to find. Look, he's been in and out of this country 6 times. He has this long, extensive criminal record. It seems he does a very good job hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, he was previously convicted of child abuse, domestic violence, illegal reentry, and this was shocking. Multiple occasions here. He'd been removed from this country already 6 times previously. I mean, are alarm bells going off for you? And how do we ensure that even if he is removed from this country, he doesn't come right back?
Well, it's such a failure that he could re-enter on 6 times, Natasha. And I think because border security is much more firm now, I think once he is caught, first of all, he's going to have to do whatever time here if he's convicted. And I think his removal will stand this time if he's even able to be removed, depending on that jail sentence, how long it is.
And you've alluded to this, authorities warning the public, if you see any of these men, do not try to engage with them. They are potentially very dangerous. To call 911 immediately. What should people do in these affected areas?
You know, people really need to be obviously locking their doors, not leaving their keys in their car, and most importantly, really looking for weird things out of place. A cooler you left on the porch and now is all of a sudden gone. Checking your cameras that you have at your house, your Ring cameras for any activity. People who have trail cams, checking those. It's going to take a community effort likely to get them in pocket.
Jennifer Coffendorfer is all.
Again, I mean, you know, you got those 3 individuals. Well, now it's 3. There used to be 4. Austin has been caught, but now you have 3 other individuals that are still out on the lam. Okay. Don't know where these guys are. Have no earthly clue what the heck is going on with them. The one of them in particular is the Travis Decker. Okay. The man who took the lives, or he's wanted in connection to the unaliving. Okay, to the unaliving of his 3 daughters. Okay, my dogs don't like this conversation either. It makes me angry too when it comes to kids. I mean, it all has to do with all this stuff. When it has to do with kids, it makes me angry. Okay, just like it makes them angry. Gets me angry. Okay, but at the same time, you got them. All right, 3 of them now gone. Okay. Yeah, my Amazon orders here. I'm done. Okay. Someone's outside. You know what I mean? But again, still crazy stuff. And there's still a lot of people, a lot of guys that are still out on the lam that should be locked up and caught up right now. And they're still out there. And of course, somebody said, please cover both. Gato, I will try. Okay. I will definitely try. Okay. I will. All right. When we get there. Right. But of course, Drum is not at my door. He locked up. Okay. There's another door that's getting slammed in his face right now. And that's the prison cell door right now as we speak. And it's glorious. Okay. It's glorious with his salty, sweaty, dehydrated ass. I'm happy about it. Okay. I'm happy about it. Damn it. Okay. So again, great, fantastic news about this. Of course, there's supposed to be a press conference at 2:30. I'm going to do my best to get back here at 2:30 to cover that press conference with you guys and watch that with you guys. But there will be some other videos coming out here in the next 2 hours or so, because there's a lot going on. And there's a lot of things, crazy stuff that's going on that we need to talk about, okay? So that is the show for now, but I'll be back at 2:30 to watch this press conference with you guys, okay? So be sure to come back, please, and thank you, all right? Do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on these other platforms, like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, hit that follow button. Subscribe as well if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe here, of course, to my YouTube channel. Go to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe over there. Subscribe to my third channel, Pascal Raw. Subscribe over there as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Oh, and I have the poll. I forgot. Jeez. Well, out of 128 votes, I'm sorry, 82% would say, hell yeah, it would be fun. Well, then we might look into that, you know, later on down the line. Not like right now, but later on down the line for sure. Okay. Definitely looking into that for sure. Okay. But subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload. Don't forget, okay, to hit that join button down below. Check out my Patreon. And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com. I'll be seeing you guys around 2:30. So that's about literally 2 hours from now. So I'll see you guys very, very soon, all right? Have a good next couple hours. Be on the lookout for a new video that will be dropping here fairly shortly. And we'll be talking soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.